Oh, yes, here we go again. I just received a lovely limerick from little Davy Burgess, all the way from Southern California. Here we go. Let's see if I can do it justice. A couple while riding in tandem, the lube in the tube she did hand him. That did the trick, lubricating his prick as he mounted her buttocks and slammed 'em. One more time. I need to get over excitement. A couple while riding in tandem, the lube in the tube she did hand him. That did the trick, lubricating his prick as he mounted her buttocks and slammed 'em. Way to go, good boy. Slam those is it buttocki? Buttocks? Like cactus cacti? Buttocksi? Ah, love it. Thank you, Davy. Here we go with number 95. Still on Little Romances. There was a young man from Siam who said, I go in with a wham, but I soon lose me starch like the mad month of March, and the lion comes out like a lamb. In like a lion, out like a lamb. 96. Oh, that was 1947. 96. Prince Absalom lay with his sister, and bundled and nibbled and kissed her. But the kid was so tight, and it was deep night, though he shot at the target, he missed her. Oh, how sad. Prince Absalom lay with his sister, and bundled and nibbled and kissed her. But the kid was so tight, and it was deep night, though he shot at the target, he missed her. 1942. 97. There was a young fellow named Skinner, maybe BF, who took a young lady to dinner. At 8:45 they sat down to dine. At 22:10 it was in her. The dinner, not Skinner. Skinner was in her before dinner. Oh my, I like how that goes. There was a young fellow named Tupper, who took a young lady to supper. At 8:45 they sat down to dine, and at 22:10 it was up her. Not the supper, not Tupper, it was some son of a bitch named Skinner. That's good. 99. My back aches, my penis is sore, I simply can't fuck anymore. I'm dripping with sweat, and you haven't come yet, and my God, it's 3:45. 1941. Ooh, 100. That's kind of a milestone. Nice even number. There was a young lady of Spain who took down her pants on a train. There was a young porter, saw more than he oughter, and asked her to do it again. Do it again, yeah. 1939. Ish. A. 101. There was a young man of high station who was found by a pious relation, making love in a ditch to, I won't say a bitch, but a woman of no reputation. There was a young man of high station who was found by a pious relation, making love in a ditch to, I won't say a bitch, but a woman of no reputation. 1938. Yes. Yes. My goodness. 102. There once was a dentist named Stone, who saw all his patients alone. In a fit of depravity, he filled the wrong cavity, and my, how his practice has grown. Among other things, I might add. 1945 to 1947. B, the letter B. I'll have to look that up. I don't know what that means. 103. A sailor who slept in the sun woke to find his fly buttons undone. He remarked with a smile, Jesus Christ, a sundial! And now it's 1:15. Oh, wait. And now it's 1:15. Let me do it again. A sailor who slept in the sun woke to find his fly buttons undone. Woke to find his fly buttons undone. He remarked with a smile, Jesus Christ, a sundial. And now it's 1:15. Very clever. 1948. A plumber whose name was Ten Brink plumbed the cook as she bent o'er the sink. Her resistance was stout, and Ten Brink petered out, with his pipe wrench all limber and pink. He put the wrench to her, yeah! 1942. 105. Ooh, the spouse of a pretty young thing came home from the wars in the spring. He was lame, but he came with his dame like a flame. A discharge is a wonderful thing. It sure is. 1947B. 106. I wonder what my wife will want tonight. Wonder if the wife will fuss and fight. I wonder, can't she tell that I've been raising hell? Wonder if she'll know that I've been tight. Not sure why I'm singing it like that. I wonder what my wife will want tonight. Wonder if the wife will fuss and fight. I wonder, can she tell that I've been raising hell? Wonder if she'll know that I've been tight. My wife is just as nice can be. I hope she doesn't feel too nice toward me. For an afternoon of joy is hell on the old boy. I wonder what the wife will want tonight. I wonder what the wife will want tonight. I wonder what the wife will want tonight. Wonder if the wife will really fuss and fight. I wonder. We could just start a musical. 108. There's an unbroken babe from Toronto, exceedingly hard to get onto. Out and about, there's an unbroken babe from Toronto, exceedingly hard to get onto. But when you get there, you have parted the hair. You can fuck her as much as you want to, eh? It's kind of a bad... Take off, you hoser, 1941, eh? Oh, it's like, there's an unbroken babe from Toronto, exceedingly hard to get onto. But when you get there and have parted the hair, you can fuck her as much as you want to. Take off, you hoser. Yeah, like Bob and Doug McKenzie. How's it going, eh? 109. Oh, another foreign language. It looks French. I didn't take it. Une jolie épousette à tours, voulait des gig tous les jours. Mais le mari disait, non, de trop n'est pas bon. Mon derrière exige du secours. 1942. Well, derrière and voulez-vous and I'm sure it was dropping trousers and some vaginal exploration. 110. A pretty wife living in Tours demanded her daily amour, but the husband said, no, it's too much, let it go, my backsides are dragging the floor. 1942A. 111. In the shade of the old apple tree, where between her fat legs I could see a little brown spot with a hair in a knot, and it certainly looked good to me. Arr. Turned into a pirate in the shade of the old apple tree, where between her fat legs I could see a little brown spot with a hair in a knot. Arr, and it certainly looked good to me. Oh, it keeps going. I asked as I tickled her tit if she thought that my big thing would fit. She said it would do, so we had a good screw in the shade of the old apple tree. In the shade of the old apple tree, I got all that was coming to me. In the soft dewy grass, I had a fine piece of ass from a maiden that was fine to see. I could hear the dull buzz of the bee as he sunk his grub hooks into me. Her ass it was fine, but you should have seen mine in the shade of the old apple tree. 1928. Oh, a lovely story. Lovely. A lad from far-off Transvaal was lustful but tactful withal. He'd say, just for luck, Mademoiselle, do you fuck? But he'd bow till he almost would crawl. That's clever. I'll have to try that sometime. 116. There was a young lady of Twickenham, who thought men had not enough prick in 'em. On her knees every day to God she would pray to lengthen and strengthen and thicken 'em. Wise, very wise. 1927 to 1932. 117. There was a young lady named Twiss, who said she thought fucking a bliss, for it tickled her bum and caused her to come. This next line is literally printed upside down. While comfortably lying like this. Oh, that's clever. Clever. There was a young lady named Twiss, who said she thought fucking a bliss, for it tickled her bum and caused her to come while comfortably lying like this, upside down. 1948. 118. There once was a husky young Viking, whose sexual prowess was striking. Every time he got hot, he would scour the twat of some girl that might be to his liking. 1947. 119. At the moment Japan declared war, a sailor was fucking a whore. He said, after this poke, long and hard ain't no joke. This mean months till I get back ashore. Poor fellow. 1945, 2 to 51. 120. There was a young lady of Wheeling, said to her beau, I've a feeling my little brown jug has need of a plug. And straight away she started peeling her clothes off, I would imagine. 1927. 121. Two anglers were fishing off White, and his bobber was dipping all night. Murmured she with a laugh, It is ready to gaff, but don't break your rod, which is light. Ooh, more fishies. A couple was fishing near Clome, when the maid began looking quite glum, and said, Bother the fish, I'd rather co-ish. Which they did, which is why they had come. As two consular clerks in Madras fished hidden in deep shore grass. What a marvelous pull, said she, but control your sinkers, they're banging my ass. As two consular clerks in Madras fished hidden in deep shore grass. What a marvelous pull, said she, but control your sinkers, they're banging my ass. Droopy testes party, a table for two. 1942 AA. 124. Love letters, no longer they write us. To their homes they so seldom invite us. It grieves me to say they have learned with dismay we can't cure their vulva. We can't cure their vulva pruritus. Very hard. That's a medical term. I have to go in the medical dictionary. Vulva pruritus. Vulva pruritus. Love letters no longer they write us. To their homes they so seldom invite us. It grieves me to say they have learned with dismay we can't cure their vulva pruritus. Oh, the pain! 1927, William. Oh, the pain! Oh, finally, we're coming to the end of Little Romances. Number 125. There was a young student from Yale who was getting his first piece of tail. He shoved in his pole, but in the wrong hole, and a voice from beneath yelled, No sail! No sail! No sail! Oh, that was the end of Little Romances. 26 lovely pages, 125 lovely limericks, plus the original from Little Davy Burgess. Thank you, Davy.